Well, hello everyone, it's the 1st of January 2017, it's a new year, so happy new year to everyone and welcome to Fret Friend Christian Guitars' first on the bench video of the year, of the new year. The old year's out of the way, what a strange year that was, eh? New year today, if that means anything to anyone. I've had a good day today. It was my first proper time playing with the worship team at Sherwood Forest Community Church, of which I'm a member now. I've been drafted into the worship team there on guitar and vocals. I did the Christmas carols over Christmas, but I don't count them. My first worship was today. It went really well. Really enjoyed myself, and that's been great. But on to what this video is all about. Like I say, it's a new year. It's my first on the bench video, and let's crack on with what we've been doing. So, right to this. We know what it is. I've got to put the cover on there on the truss rod, but that's it for this. It's a Warwick bass, Warwick Corvette standard, lovely basses. Belongs to Christoph Darton there, from a band. His band are called what is it? Witch or something. It'll come to me in a minute. Anyway, bought me two of these in. One I did last month. He's had that one back. This one we couldn't get the pickles working. He put some EMGs in there, swapped them out for the passives. Couldn't work out what was wrong with him. I thought, oh, wiring's right. Checked it over and over and over. Didn't know what was wrong, so I said, you just send them back. They're probably duffers. Anyway, took these out. As I was taking them out, I looked at the wire on there, the clip on it. The clip-on's upside down. So I turned them right way up, tested it, working fine. So this has had a complete setup. So all the wiring checks are redone on there. I've just done the intonation, I've done the saddles, I've done the radius, blah 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 blah. Polished the frets, oiled the neck, oiled the body itself. Got it all back together, realised I couldn't get the bridge down low enough. The action was too high, so what I've done is I've shimmed just below the neck here on this end. I've shimmed it, done it all, it's all worked, it's all beautiful now. Playing like an absolute dream. Beautiful, beautiful bass, front and back. And that's it, that one's ready to go, so he's going to pick that up tomorrow. Next one on the bench. These are jobs from the end of last year. Next one on the bench. A customer come back to me from what customer I had last year, met him last year. Oldish guy. He bought me a 1952 Telecaster in honey coloured thing there. Proper good Fender guitar. And I get him a setup on that, and he's come back to me this year. He's just bought this beautiful guitar. You'll know what this is when you see it. There you go. It's an OFAF Gibson 335. Absolute beauty. Coming through a complete setup. I can see already looking at it. Frets are dull. Fingerboard's got a bit of wear on there. Bit of grazing everywhere. It's lost some shine. I would say it's going to have a full works this anyway. It's going to have a complete setup. He already told me his action is too low for him. Not only is it too low, these strings here are too low. We've got notes deading out. But the thing is, these bridges, they're quite flat. They're not really well radiused. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the action up here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to file into these saddles and get that arc, get that radius up properly. So we've got a good action there. These middle strings won't be too low because it's choking here. Middle ones especially. Action's too low on them, so we need to bring that up. If we bring that up, these are going to come higher. It's going to take us too high. So what we'll do is we'll just file slightly into these saddles here. We'll get a nice radius across that bridge like so. So that's that with that. I'm still trying to think of Chris's band. Crikey, why can't I remember it? Every time I think of him, I think of my dad, because my dad was always in a flat B. He says that's as flat as a witch's tit, and every time I see his band's name, it reminds me of flat as a witch's tit. So I'm going to go and find out. Come on, Chris, what's your band's name? He'll come to me straight away in a minute. Witch Tripper. Bassist and Witch Tripper. A three-piece band. I've been looking at them. Very good at what we do. Great musicians, great sound coming out of them. So that's one of his basses. He likes his Warwicks. I can't fault him for that. I've got a problem. I've got quite a. It's not a big problem, but my problem with Warwicks is they taught him a truss rod on that. Now, if you remember, last year I had to replace a truss rod on one of them, and it was one of them irreplaceable ones, non-removable truss rod, so I had to strip the whole neck, take fretboard off, take all frets out, blah blah, pour a new one in. Now the thing is with these truss rods in them, they're really thin and weedy. I don't think they're big enough for the job, because that's a base. It's a big chunky base with a big chunky neck there. Been not up to the job. I've given this truss rod a good 2-3 turns on there. Probably 2 full turns, and it's hardly made a difference. I don't think they're up to the job, so I think it's a manufacturing fault, and I think Warwick probably know about that when they changed them truss rods in 1996. Not really happy with it. Anyway, moving on. That's all I've got in. Anything else that's going to be done in the workshop this week is going to be my own guitar. So we'll get back to, remember my Edwards Explorer? A funny story about it, not a funny story, quite a sad story about this. So I knocked it off its stand. This is the stand in question. One of these, you know, lightweight jobbies. We all use these. They're pretty stable. Anyway, I was behind it, knocked it up. As I knocked it, this thing on there, all strapped in, fell forwards, flat on its face. Picked it up, didn't notice so, thought it was alright, put it away in its case. Went back, realised I was trying to tune it in. I was playing it, and the E string kept coming out of tune. I thought, what's up with that? I went and looked at it. This had cracked, cracked off right across this tuner here, look. So, notice that, I thought I need repairing. Also here, big crack there where it fell flat on its face. I don't know if you can see it there, big crack there which tried to boss through. I'm going to have to glue that, I ain't done that yet, but I'll fix this. And I'm going to show you where we're at with that. It's invisible. Fix that absolutely brilliant, because it would crack right across. This bit come off completely. I've glued it back on, clamped it all in place. Bit of a finishing, need to do the finishing a little bit better. I might sand that down and redo the finish. It's only satin, but you can't see a join there. Anyway, regarding this, you know I paid on £9,000 for this last year. Brand new guitar. So I thought, I wonder if I got insurance. I know I got insurance. So I went and claimed on my insurance with, I'll tell you, I was with Admiral. So I claimed my insurance, asked him if I got accident cover. He says, yeah, you got accident cover. I said, righto. Told him all about my guitar, knocked it off, broke it, blah blah blah. It seemed okay at the time. Cut a long story short, he asked me to get some quotes off luthiers, which I did, sent the quotes to them. Anyway, they rung me after about 4 weeks, wanted to interview me on the phone. Well, this interview went on for nigh on 2 hours, and let me tell you now, talk about entrapment. They were trying to trip me up with the questions they were asking, the way they directed and asked the questions. I thought, this ain't good. So I told them, I said, hey, you're taking the piss here. I got a bit annoyed. In fact, I said a bit worse than, you're taking the piss here. Got a bit annoyed with them. I says, you're trying to trap me here. They're trying to get me to tell them what I was doing 10 minutes before and 15 minutes after this guitar had knocked off its stand. I says, I don't know. How would I know that? I would remember, well, it's a big thing in your life. I thought, no, they're trying to get me trapped here. They're going to screw me over here because they don't want to pay out. Anyway, I sent them 2 quotes from 2 reputable luthiers, both about the same price, 425, 450 quid. Anyway, this phone interview, I got the impression they weren't going to pay out. I said to him, I said, right, at the end of it, I said, listen, you're trying to trap me and trick me with your questions. Blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it expired after 2 hours. She says, right, okay, I'll tell you where we are right now. She goes, your story doesn't tell her what you're saying. I says, what do you mean my story doesn't tell her? I says, it's simple, love. I says, my guitar was on its stand. I went behind it to fetch some gear. Blah, blah, blah. I turned around, I knocked it with my leg. It fell over, I tried to grab it, missed it, fell on the floor. Didn't notice the damage straight away. As soon as I noticed the damage, got in touch with you. Sent you the photos, blah, 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 blah. You're telling me, you're basically accusing me of lying, saying I made it up. I've been paying this insurance 2 years with Admiral, by the way. Not a lot of money, £8–10 a month. Anyway, so it was evident they're not going to pay me out. They says they wanted more proof. They wanted to actually see my conversations with these luthiers on Facebook. I says, you're not having my private conversations. It's no to do with you. I says, I'm claiming for my guitar, I knocked off a stand, that's it. Gathered they weren't going to pay out. Anyway, they sent me a letter a week or 2 later saying, you've got to respond to this in 14 days, all the cases drop, blah, blah, blah. And they were just looking at loads of questions and wanted a load more photos, blah, 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 blah. Cut a long story short, I thought, sod it. I'm not going to go through with the claim. So what I'm going to do is I cancelled the direct debit payment. Now they're billing me for 40 quid they want to end the contract. We're not going to get it. I'm going to ring them up this week and tell them, yeah, I cancelled it. And I'm going to try, see if I can. I'm probably not going to win, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get the money back for that 2 years I've been paying them. I says, because you sold me. I says, I want insured at all. I want insured for a thing. I said, I've made an accident in my house and you've accused me of lying and making it up, fabricating a story. So, cut long story short, I've fixed that myself. It looks fantastic. I'm going to fix this bit myself, just get a bit of glue in there. I'll get it sanded down and I'll repaint this bit here and make it as invisible as I possibly can. And I'm probably going to move this guitar on. If you sell it for 900 quid now, with a case 1,000 quid, then with import duty and shipping, you're looking at 1,300 quid. So I'm going to knock it on with its case. I'm going to be looking at about 750, 800 quid for it to see what I can get. You know, and all being well, I'll move it on, I'm going to buy something else. So that's that one I've got to do, fix this week, get it all set up. I'm going to put a new nut on there. It's had a white bone nut on there. Well, I'm vegan, so I'm going to put a black graphite nut on there. So that's that one. Following on from that, you remember I bought myself a fantastic Kramer Focus 3000 with a chicken beak head stock here, which is very rare, which dates it at 1983. Made in Japan by ESP, so a guitar worth a lot of money. It's got an early serial number 10755 with a Kramer stamp on the back there. But like I say, built by ESP in Japan, original scratch plate, which I've roughed up with a bit of wire wool and matted it out, so it's all matted now. I've took it to bits, took the tremolo out, blah 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 blah, and I have to remember, not just any old tremolo in here, this is one of the original, one of the very first double locking Floyd Rose tremolos. Now, when Mr. Floyd Rose himself here were knocking these out, they were building them all by hand, and it got too much for him, and he needed someone to help him factory make these and distribute them. So what he did was he got in touch. Kramer were interested in these. Here's one here, look. And it's got the Made in Germany stamp on the back here. So what happened is Kramer Guitars became the sole distributor of these tremolos in 1982 for Floyd Rose. And they were having them made in Germany. Floyd Rose set this up, we're having them made in Germany by Charlotte. So this is an original 1982, which makes it one of the very first double locking Floyd Roses. 1982 Charlotte Floyd Rose by Kramer. Absolutely brilliant piece of kit, the most solid tremolo I've probably had. Up there with the Goto. In addition to that, I've put a Floyd Rose big block on it. The big brass block there, it makes a difference. And I took the old original arm off because they were screwing, but they weren't as stable as these. So I put one of the new type ones on. Absolutely rock solid tremolo. So that's going to go back on. But the reason I've left the strings off is got a lot of wear on these frets down here. In fact, these holes, you know, where there's been quite a lot of wear. There's grooves, and they're that deep, you can't see them there flat on, but they're quite deep. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take these frets out. They look like jumbo frets. I'm going to take these frets out. I've got some Hosco, Japanese Hosco fret wire, jumbo, in my cupboard here. So I'm going to refret this, but not only am I going to refret it, I'm going to re-radius to the neck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the frets out, I'm going to take my fret blocks, my radius blocks, and I'm going to re-radius this. And any dust I've got, I'm going to fill in these cracks with that and some super glue there. We're going to sand it all, re-radius, and we're going to get it all back up to spec, and I'm going to refret it. Because this, I paid 140 quid for this. It's also got a custom, it's a proper Seymour Duncan Invader, but not just a Seymour Duncan Invader, it's an early 80s one, I imagine. It's a custom shop one. Custom wound by, I forget the lady's name, Mariella is it? Something. Anyway, MJ her initials are. And it'll be Mary something, won't it? Their names like that, South Americans. So that's a custom one. It sounds absolutely brilliant. The guitar is amazing. It's got a coil split on there. Sounds good in single coil mode as well. One absolutely cracking guitar. So I've got that to be cracking on with this week. I also wanted a wider nut because this is 42mm. It's not wide enough. So I bought a 43, but the 43 is a lot higher, and I don't want to rat into the body here. So I'm leaving the 42 on it. I'll play it as it is. I'll try and get a wide 43, but one a bit more shallow. So I'm going to leave that. I've got the new bar on there, string retainer, proper Floyd Rose jobber. So that's it. Absolutely fantastic guitar. I can't remember what pots are in this. I'll have a look at the pots and look at the caps and everything, see if we can upgrade them. So that's one to begin on. This is an absolute beautiful player when it's right. So I'm really looking forward to getting this right, get it all cleaned up, blah de blah de blah. Beautiful, beautiful guitar. So that's really it. My Antoria I've finished. One more thing. I'm taking bookings now for 2017. I've got quite a quiet week this week. I'm sure work's going to come out. I've got one of my good friends from Hiscox Cases coming over next week. He's bringing me his Eddie Van Halen, his Axis guitar over for a complete refret, which I'm going to enjoy doing. He's actually going to come, he's driving over from Birmingham, from Cannock where he lives. He's going to come over, he's going to spend a day with me here, and we're going to have, I'm sure we'll have a glass of whiskey together. We're talking of a glass of whiskey. Got a lovely drop here, a wee dram. New thing for me, pristine whiskies. This is a Lefroy 10-year-old single malt. Absolutely delicious. It's peater, it's smoker, it's golden, it's absolutely beautiful. And wow, that's absolutely delicious. It's a knockout whiskey. I'll show you the carton it comes in. From the, it's an Islay Island up there in the South Hebrides. It's an Islay single malt Scotch whisky, 10-year matured. It's peaty, it's smoky, it's sweet, it's absolutely delicious. It just melts in your mouth. I'm not a big drinker, me, a big boozer, but this stuff is delicious. So I thought I'd have a glass tonight. Just have one glass, as you do. Moving on from whiskey, and cheers by the way, everyone. 2017 New Year. Guitar I bought a couple of months ago. Les Paul Studio, upgraded with, I love these two Grover tuners, the kidney ones. I don't like the tulip ones. It's the Les Paul Studio 2000 model, serial number 01820321. The first number of 5th, 00, that gives you the year. So it's a year 2000. The early model, pre-2005, means it's not got any hollow parts in it. It's not chamfered out, got anything drilled out. Couple of knocks here and there. I paid 410 quid for this with the tan Gibson case. One absolute steal. It's got original pickups in. I'd say they're a 490, 498 and a 500 or whatever they are. Stock is absolutely brilliant. I'm thinking of changing the pickups out, but I'm enjoying playing it as it is for the moment. So I love this guitar. Got to do a setup on it. I'll get to fret polish and that. Check all the frets are level and everything. That's another one to be getting on with. Absolute dream of a guitar. So that's it right now. Give me 1 second. I've prattled on a fair bit here with this video, as I do. It's New Year. I ain't done one for a while. We're up to 17 minutes. That's quite long enough for one video, because it'll take 2 hours to edit this and upload it. So that's going to be it. So welcome to 2017, everyone out there. Year of our Lord 2017. Praise the Lord. I'm thankful for all the gifts I've got in this world. I thank Jesus for what he did for me. It's a new year. Christian Guitars is still up and running. We're up and running again. The new website is going to be on christian-guitars.com this time. I've gone with .com. And I've also got fretfriend.net, which is my main line of business at the moment. I'm going to be cracking on with these jobs. I said I'd get this 335 done this week. I was going to take it back tomorrow, but I'm going to take my time with it because I've got something else planned. So that's it. Fretfriend.net and christian-guitars.com are up and running. I look forward to the new year, and I look forward to doing business with my punters out there, my clients. My client base is increasing all the time. You've got any guitar related questions, just ask me. I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube. I'll answer your questions free, you know that, you know what I'm like. Advice costs nothing, friendliness costs nothing. If you want your guitars fixing, give me a shout. If you've not tried me out before, you know, give me a go here. I enjoy the job, I enjoy what I do. I absolutely love guitars. Check my reviews on Facebook there. It's facebook.com/NG17, NGONESEVN /. Check my reviews on there. I've got 13 reviews, all 5 stars. My work's always guaranteed. You're not happy with my work, I'll fetch the guitar, put it right for you, bring it back to you, all at my expense. You know, I like to go above and beyond the call of duty, as you say. So that's it. Welcome to 2017. This is Victor Christian from Christian Guitars, fretfriend.net. Have a good year. Talk to you soon.